NFL Anytime Touchdowns Wild Card Edition. I'll give you my three favorite plays. We'll wrap them all up into a plus 704 pay dirt parlay. And we also have a plus 255 long shot play this week. I'm Steve Seagrave from sportsmemo.com. I am in action this weekend in the NFL, and I do have a special offer to share with you guys. But for now, if you guys enjoy these videos, hit that like button, subscribe to the WagerTalk channel if you haven't already, and post those NFL touchdown predictions for the wild card weekend in the comment section. If you don't have a pick, you type in letters TD and help us out with the algorithm. So last weekend, for week 18 to finish the regular season, we went 2-1. Pretty solid. We cashed on Cortland Sutton, Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson let us down. The Vikings could not get much done against the Lions. And then Sean Tucker was our long shot, and he didn't score either. We're going to look to start the postseason strong and go number one. Bucky Irving, our old buddy. We've used him in the past. Minus 145 at DK. He scored in 5 of his last 8 games. In 8 of his last 14 games. He didn't score against Washington in week 1, but that's long before he took over the number 1 running back duties. He only had 9 carries and a 31% snap share. Commanders allowing the 3rd most rushing yards, 2nd most running back rushing touchdowns with 16. During the last 4 games of the season, Irving led White 9-4. In red zone rushing attempts. And we also have the highest total on the board this weekend at 50.5 in this game. So let's start it off with Irving, minus 145. Number 2, we're going to go to Josh Allen here. This might be my favorite play on the board at minus 125 at DK. He scored in 6 of his last 7 games of the regular season. If we throw out that New England game, he played 1 snap. So I didn't count that one. If you look at the postseason, we always know that Allen runs more in critical games. And last year in 2 postseason games against KC and Pitt, he recorded 3 rushing touchdowns, 20 carries for 146 yards. The Broncos have only allowed 3 quarterback rushing touchdowns this season, but 2 came in the final 3 games of the year. And Denver blitzes at the 7th highest rate in the NFL. They play strong coverage. So I expect to see some spots here where Allen doesn't only get designed runs, but he has some scrambles as well. Bill's 2nd biggest favorite on the board at minus 8.5. So we'll go Allen number 2. Number 3, we're going to go to another quarterback, the rookie Jaden Daniels, plus 185 at DK. Tampa Bay allowed the 3rd most quarterback rushing touchdowns this season with 6. He had 2 touchdowns, the most he had all year, against Tampa Bay in week 1. It makes sense considering they blitz at the 2nd highest rate in the NFL. And again, total in this game, 50.5. Should see a lot of points. And I see some spots here where Tampa Bay forces Daniels out of the pocket, and he ends up in the end zone. So the pay dirt parlay, Irving, Allen, Daniels, plus 704 at FanDuel. Before we do the long shot, I wanted to tell you about a special that we're running over for the playoffs in the NFL. You can get 25% off the postseason right up until the Super Bowl. Use the code PLAYOFFS. That's PLAYOFFS with an S. And you'll get that package for $97 over at sportsmemo.com. You'll get all of my NFL plays right up until the Super Bowl using the code PLAYOFFS, $97. So take advantage, and as always, there's a link to my Sports Memo page in the pinned comment. So let's get to the long shot play. First long shot play of the postseason, Zach Ertz, plus 255. He scored in his last 2 games, 5 of his last 7 games. And in those last 2 games, he saw 6 red zone targets. That's 50%. of the Commanders' red zone targets in the last 2 games of the year. Tampa Bay's secondary is riddled with injuries. Tons of guys missing this game. Tons of guys questionable for this game. And again, like we've said a couple times already, total sitting at 50.5. I see a high-scoring game. And Ertz at plus 255 seems like a strong play to me. Again, the pay dirt parlay. Bucky Irving, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, plus 704. Guys, I always have free plays posted over at X at StevesBook22, as well as at SportsMemo.com. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos, and I'll be back next week for the next round of the postseason. Let's bust out those brooms, enjoy the games this weekend, and I'll see you next time.